I keep having this reoccurring vision of I don't know if anybody's ever heard about it before, but the Ouroboros snake that eats itself. I've been getting a lot of like reoccurring visions of that big snake like molting out of its skin. And it feels very close to what I feel like the world is experiencing right now. I think that there's this large unbecoming of a lot that was previously dug into the earth, below a couple layers deep. That was a little hard to even acknowledge that it was there sometimes, right? But a lot of that is changing. There's a lot of change happening right now at this very moment. Not in 24 hours, not in 12 hours, not in 3 months, right now. Let's get into the tarot. I've been shuffling this deck. I've been shuffling this deck for like 30 seconds now, and the card that was in the bottom of the deck when I came and I turned this video camera on is the same card that was just in the bottom of the deck right now. The Devil, the card of attachments, the card of, some would say, obsessions, unhealthy obsessions. I come to the thought of a lover who feels entitled to someone that no longer wants to be with them. Um, it reminds me of the ways that our parents can be overbearing, um, or transversely, not be bearing enough. I don't know if that's the right term, but kind of just let you do whatever. And it seems almost like they don't care about you. I'm getting from this collective, especially with the Devil card, that we are learning to reprioritize what we want out of life and what those things that make us happy, like love, belonging, community, um, what they look like for us and how they should exist in our lives. And if you would allow me to pull another card, then we could see, like the magician, we are in a present moment of our life where we are reconfiguring, right? We see this person right here. And the closest thing that I can compare the magician to is um, the magician. Someone else has said this before, and I really love the way that they worded it. The magician is a card of manifesting, right? But you're in a phase in your life where you're the alchemist, and the alchemist doesn't just manifest. The alchemist yeah, I'm getting my tongues my so maybe that could be an energy too of not knowing exactly what to say, feeling like you're going to be judged if you say the wrong thing. And now that I'm kind of talking about it, I feel like I can talk again. Um, yeah, you're alchemizing right now. You're in a state of not just manifesting those things in your head, but bringing them to fruition. And I think that's something that something didn't want me to say because they didn't want you to hear it, right? And so now you're being offered in this present moment all the tools that you need to reprioritize and resoftware, like software update yourself, if I may. And we're going away from the past, right? From the devil that was in our past, from leaning into our most animalistic sides, leaning into our sides where we didn't have a full availability of our broad spectrum of emotions, right? We were locked into just this way or just this way. But in this current life that you're living, in this new age that you're living, in this new fire horse year that we're in, right? You're feeling opened up. You're feeling, if anybody knows the term, like this tech term, you're feeling jailbroken, right? Your software has been opened up. And that creates a couple security vulnerabilities for sure, right? But it also allows you to customize yourself into this version of yourself that you never knew that you could be, right? And that's exciting. The thought of you having all these capabilities that you didn't have before, right? You learning all these new things and experiencing these new experiences. I really feel like that's the purpose of this molting or this shedding that, our universe is currently going through and that you, by, extension, are going through, right? Let's pull our last card. Let's see what we really want to end this message off with. Because this has definitely been a powerful one. It feels like it's very in your face, which makes sense for, the season that we're in. Fire Horse. Ooh, almost dropped it. I'm clumsy today. Clumsy with my words, clumsy with my hands. Could be nervous. You could be, oh, I'm getting that feeling of when you want to talk to your parents, but you're scared. Like, I don't know if anybody has this feeling of like as a kid, like wanting to talk to your parents, but feeling like you could literally not get the words to come out of your like chest or your throat or whatever. And I'm feeling this like trepidation. I'm feeling this like trepidation of someone that wants to like make this jump but they can't. And it's funny because I did pull our last card, and the last card that we got was Strength. In the near future, in the future that exists right in front of us at all times, right? You are channeling your inner strength in a way that you haven't been able to before because these different avenues of perspective have never been opened up to you before. In this new year, in this new age that we're living in, even, I would say, you are adapting to outcomes and possible outcomes that you have had to update your software with. And you are finding out that you are a lot more resilient than you think you are. And the strength card is saying that you've adapted, right? You've adapted to the situation around you. And you have not just existed, but you have learned to create a position for yourself in that space, right? That's beautiful. You are feeling like I keep thinking about this movie. I don't know if anybody's seen Kill Bill. I think about this story of this woman who has been, wronged in so many ways. And what comes to mind is her having that willpower to, she's paralyzed. Movie starts off and she's paralyzed. And she gets into a car that she's able to finesse her way into, which like wow, that's in itself is amazing. But there's this distinct moment of her knowing that in order for her to get to her next goal, which is to get back at this person who has deeply, deeply wronged her, that she needs to move her legs. And it all starts with one tiny goal, right? Moving her big toe. And she struggles, and it's like, I think the first time I ever saw the movie, I'm just like, why are you even trying? That's impossible. And, of course, it's a movie. She gets it. But I don't think it's too far from reality that sometimes all we need to like alchemize like this quantum change in our universe is like this intense hope, this intense like willpower or drive that we can change something. And I think that that's kind of what's being instilled in this new version of all of us. And I feel that very deeply. And I feel like that is the message that Spirit has put through me to give to you. Um, if you landed on this message, it is deeply, deeply meant for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, why? Think about that. That in itself might be a message. Um, and if you like these readings, please don't do anything you don't want to. Just if you want to comment and say, I appreciated this, or share something that made you think about, that sounds awesome. But besides that, I'm so happy that I just got to be here with you today. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye.